Do you think you're too busy to build a $10,000 per month business? Then you're welcome to this video because I'm going to show you how you can build such a business working just 4 hours per week. In fact, I will show you what to do if you don't even have up to 4 hours per week, but you have the cash to make it work. This is going to be interesting. First, there has to be a mindset shift. You're going to change your mindset about what you think is possible with the time you have. The first thing you're going to take note of is that you don't need more time. You just need better use of it. And you need to use your resources better. You have resources, you have money, you work in a good place. So you're going to learn to apply your resources very well to buy back time. There are things you shouldn't do. There are things in business that will be low labor skills. You're not supposed to waste your time on them. You're going to focus on the high dollar skills in that business. And so the little time you have, you're going to focus it on the high dollar skills and then outsource the very low dollar skills. In fact, the better your strategy, the higher the level of skills you outsource and leave just the topmost part of the business for yourself. The next thing is that you are going to ensure you focus on asynchronous income models. These are models where you don't work, you don't earn as you work. You can build a business that you would do in 4 hours per week doing synchronous work. Synchronous work is maybe what you do in your office. If you're a lawyer, your billable hours. I'm billing you so per hour. And once I work 8 hours, let's say a lawyer bills you $100 per hour. If he works for you on your case for 24 hours, your billable hours will be 24 times 100. So that, though it's high paying, it's still synchronous work because that person must do the physical task at the time he is making the money. But asynchronous is where you can work at one point. For example, you can create a digital product, upload it today, and then somebody comes and buys it 3 months later. That's asynchronous. The purchase or your earning at a different time from when you did the work. But then, you're not just going to stop at picking models that are synchronous. They must also be residual. They must earn you residual income. That is, although you are not making money necessarily when you do the work, you could also. But the focus is that it must be making you money when you are not working. You are done working. But more importantly, it should be making you money repeatedly after you are done working. For example, this video you're watching is going to keep making me money for months and years to come. It is not making me money as at the moment I am recording because I'm not doing a live show. It's recorded, it's pre-recorded. So at the time I am doing the work, it is not earning me money. But once I upload it and it starts getting views, it starts making me money. When people start taking the action I want them to take after watching this video and start making payments, it keeps making me money. This can happen for months and years to come. So the model you're going to pick is a model that is asynchronous, earns you when you are not doing the work at the time, but beyond that must be earning you income repeatedly from that previous work. That's the other thing you need to take note of. The business you're also going to set up if you want to do a 4-hour week has to leverage capital and not your sweat and time. That is, you can easily use other people's time by paying for it. So those are the things you need to do. The mindset shift. If you've not shifted your mindset this way, you won't be able to build a $10,000 per month business working just 4 hours per week. But if you shift your mindset following these three things I listed, you are good to go. So you've shifted your mindset to the right place. Now, let me give you examples of models that work here online. Model one is affiliate marketing using YouTube and SEO. Affiliate marketing works so well because you don't have to create the products or services. You get a commission. And if it's a service, somebody else will be making the delivery, handling everything, customer support, everything. All you need to do is to what? Recommend the product to them. They buy through your link, and then you get a commission. But for you to do that correctly, you need to set up on high leverage platforms like YouTube. Because when you create content on YouTube, the content you create today on YouTube, if you do everything correctly, will keep gaining you traffic for months and years to come. That's the high leverage. So the same applies to a website. If you do your SEO correctly, it will keep getting you traffic for months and years to come. And if you do that, you are enjoying leverage. So that single action, if you do your videos well or write your website's content correctly, following a particular structure that works well, you will keep getting visitors, traffic from this. So they will see your recommendation and keep clicking and buying. And you will keep making money from it for months and years to come after you have published. But there's a correct way to go about it. But that's beyond the scope of this lesson. But just know, affiliate marketing using YouTube and your website, SEO done right, both on YouTube and your website, will give you leverage and works great. Another proven model is niche lead generation. There are companies that pay people per lead. That is, if you can find them qualified prospects who will go to a page on their website and fill out their details requesting certain services, that is a lead, a qualified lead. Now, there are some companies that pay as much as $500 per lead. Let me give you an example. Water damage restoration. I know a site, if you can go to inquiry.com, you will see that they pay affiliates $350 on average for water damage restoration. And if you can get those people to do what we call a call, they make a call, they place a call requesting the service. They pay as much as $1,200 per call. We call that pay per call. So we will classify all these under lead generation. You can set up your 4-hour per week business to focus on niche lead generation for such companies. I have given you an example of water damage restoration. There is something called virtual CFO. They also pay lead generation, fire damage restoration, biohazard cleanup. You can go on and on. There are many. There are thousands of such opportunities. Now, look at the point. If you have made up your mind that that's the model you want to use for monetization, now you need to get a leverage traffic source. Of course, if you've been watching my video, you know I always recommend YouTube. YouTube SEO done correctly will give you steady leads for years and years to come. The other option is building a website. If you are building a website, you have a number of options, but the option I recommend most for this kind is a directory kind of website. You are not pretending that you are the one delivering the service. You are showing them that you have searched for the best service providers within a space. For example, you can say best water damage restoration experts in Houston, Texas. So you have what the value you are bringing is that you have done your research and you have found different water damage restoration companies or specialists within an area. Actually, you can go from cities to counties, smaller areas and towns, depending on what your research tells you. There are some towns that have solid potential because of the quality of individuals living there and the concentration of people who need such services. For example, water damage in an area that is prone to water damage, but that is inhabited by highly affluent people, people who have multi-million dollar homes, is a gold mine. So you set up a directory that targets various cities within the country, let's say United States. You create for various cities in various states following your research. So you can use YouTube to create leverage traffic. You can also use a directory website. In fact, if you set it up correctly, something like a directory website in some of these niches can easily balloon beyond $10,000 per month to something multiples of it. The final proven model I will share with you is what I prefer calling drop servicing. With drop servicing, you can have done for you packages. You can have render services, high level services. But all you do is that you serve as a middleman. This drop servicing phrase is picked from drop shipping. Those of you who have been online for some time know drop shipping is where you advertise a product, but you don't keep inventory. You have a relationship with a warehouse that stores it, or the manufacturer, or the wholesaler. When somebody places an order on your site, they like the product, you collect the money, pay the supplier his money. The suppliers deliver straight to that person who bought from your website, packaging it as if it came from you. And then when the person gets it, you've confirmed you have your change. So you never touch inventory, you never hold inventory. That's drop shipping. Drop servicing is that concept applied to the delivery of services, usually digital services. So let's say I'm promising people that I can help them build a niche website that makes them XYZ. Now, my team will set up everything for you. And I have a package. Let's say this package goes for $2,500. So all they need to do is pick a niche. My team sets up everything for them. Now, I don't need to have any team in place. I just need to know someone. I could know an agency that has a team, or I could have a number of different people. Let's say an SEO specialist, a web design specialist, a great content writer. I can have them as a team, and then I know their cost. After I calculate their cost, let's say the total it will cost me if I outsource this project to them, let's say it's $700. And I come and place my price at, let's say, 1,500. I know if I pay them $700, I will have my change. So I set up this stuff on my website and I promote this service. I promote it, I keep promoting it. When people come to my website and place an order, I receive their money and then I pay my service providers. They deliver it, handing over to me as if I were their client, and I deliver it to my client with my brand and everything, logos on it. So that's the concept of drop servicing. So you can also do that. It's a model that works and can easily gives you a fast track to $10,000 per month and beyond. Because depending on the package you create or packages you create, you can actually hit that amount with a client or two clients or three clients, because services usually cost a lot if you're doing top level services for people. So that's the model, the last model I'll share. But then the way you generate leverage traffic for all these models, including this last one, is I recommend YouTube. YouTube is powerful because you can do SEO, but while your site, your channel is maturing in SEO, if you do this correctly, YouTube will still be recommending you, be showing up on the on YouTube suggestions on the side of the videos when you're watching a YouTube stuff. A number of options, browse options. People will see you. People who subscribe to you will be getting messages from you, and people who fit your profile, YouTube will recommend your content to them. People who watch content like yours on YouTube, YouTube from time to time will recommend your stuff to them. But your focus, your target when you are setting up YouTube for any of these models is YouTube SEO. Because when you set up YouTube SEO correctly, you are getting a filtered audience, because people who are coming there are searching specifically for what you are delivering. If you have done your research correctly, the people who will come to watch your video from YouTube SEO results will be people who are highly targeted. And if they're highly targeted, their watch time is usually high, and it will have a repeater effect. It will help your channel grow. And it is not just growing, attracting all sorts of people, it is growing and attracting the right kind of people. And with just a very little audience from YouTube SEO, you will be making a lot of money. That's why you hear people talk about channels that don't have up to 1,000 subscribers who make over $10,000 per month. That's the strategy. Now, this same SEO mindset is also what you take into your websites, whether it's a directory, whether it's a blog, or whatever format you're going to use, because this gives you leverage traffic. Of course, as you grow, you want to scale, you may decide to do paid advertisement, you may want to add social media, but I like focusing on leverage traffic platforms that you work once and they give you results for months and years to come. That's why I say focus on YouTube SEO and website SEO. Now, which of these models should you use as your monetization focus? Look at the one that appeals most to you. But it is also possible for you to combine more than one. You can use two, or you can combine the whole three and even add others as your site grows. You are limited by your imagination, but when you are starting, I recommend you have a clear focus on one. So, how does your 4-hour week break down in practical terms? Initially, when you start, you are going to spend all your hours on picking a niche, deciding what the niche is for you, deciding what the model is for you, deciding the strategy you are going to use. So we call that first season in your building out your business your strategy session. Now, within this time, all you'll be doing, focusing on every time you have, if you decide to do 1 hour a day, 4 days a week, each of those hours will be devoted to planning out your strategy. If you're watching, if you're following some if you're using a course or using studying a mentor's work to build your stuff, that's what you're going to focus on. Those 4 hours in the week, you're going to focus on mastering the strategy and deciding on what you're going to do. So once you have decided on your strategy, here's what your 4-hour work week is going to look like. Hour one, content slash strategy. And for you to get much done within that 1 hour, it will be a wise move for you to use AI. Now, AI will not create your content for you, but you use AI to to speed up a lot of things. AI will help you with the research. AI will help you with drawing up your outline. AI will help you with editing, ideation, formatting, a lot of different things. If you are not using AI, you're going to work 5 times longer to get a similar result. But if you know how to use AI and deploy it correctly, you will get high quality content spending maybe a fifth of the time. So that's what your 1 hour will be, first hour every week. Your second hour will be on publishing and distributing content. Now, you notice that I've separated content creation and strategy from publishing and distribution. The reason is that for you to get the best result, you actually should create like an assembly line. I am creating content within this period. Best, you do those things in batches. When you do them in batches, you tend to, I don't know, that's how it works best for me. Like when I'm creating videos, I record videos in batches. And then after I may record a batch of 3 or 4 in a day, then the next stage will be edited. Then when I edit, the next stage is what? Publishing. So your second hour will be devoted to what? Publishing. If it's video, you make sure you follow all the rules, create your description, your tags, your thumbnails super, you post it on YouTube. If you're using other platforms, this is the time you also focus on that. You do not cut corners. Now, because you're spending 1 hour per time, when you are starting initially, your content might take you 2 weeks, which means a total of 8 hours to come up to settle. That's okay. What I'm explaining now is when you have actually built a rhythm and you have set things up to a point. So understand, we're not saying you must stick to this 1 hour stuff when you are just starting. Remember, I said your first session will be devoted to strategy and your content ideas. So just take note, when you have settled down, is when we are talking about now. Your third hour is going to be devoted to lead capture, lead nurture, automation, follow ups, newsletters. That's what that third hour will be devoted to. So if you want to create an autoresponder sequence, that's the period you write it, load it into your autoresponder, and they are following your people who sign up automatically. It's also within this period that you create your lead magnet if you are just starting. It's also within this hour that you create your landing page and everything that has to do with your what? Lead, nurture, capture, and everything. Hour 4 will be to optimization of your processes and team management. So when you have started doing stuff, you now begin to look at what works, what doesn't work, what produced the best result last time. You begin to optimize your process. You begin to make sure your system works best. Now, that's a breakdown of your 4 hour week. Now, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. How would that work? It will work because you will only go through this thing in the initial stage yourself. Like you do content ideation strategy, have a clear framework. The content development and creation, I advise you do it yourself for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10, so that you master the process. Then you publish, do everything by yourself up to the last point. Start setting up your email, autoresponder, and everything. Get to optimization and team management. This last step, team management and optimization, is where you're going to be spending all your hours at by the time you have set this up. Why? The hour 1 should be outsourced. So when you say you are now doing content, you are not actually writing the content. What you are doing is you are supervising those who write content for you. When you say you're looking at the publishing stage and distribution, it's also supervisory. You're looking at the people whom you have trained to make sure that they're doing it correctly. The same for your autoresponder, email, newsletter, and everything. The part that you should not outsource unless you have grown so big and you have trained somebody who can replace you. The last part is the optimization and management. Of course, if you want to actually get to a point where it's totally hands-free, then you can also outsource that. And then you will now genuinely have a business that lives without you. But of course, if you want to hire somebody who can do that, it's going to be a bit expensive. But that's the way. When you are starting, your 4 hour work week, the hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, will be top heavy. That is, you're going to focus most of your attention on strategy and content development. But as you build out and things mature, it's going to now become bottom heavy. You're going to spend most of your time on optimization and team management because you have created a system and created processes and you have trained people and now you delegated those things to them and all you do is what? You optimize the system and the processes and manage your team. That's how you can get to building a $10,000 per month business and even much more, working just 4 hours per week. Your money will do a lot of the work. And remember, I promised at the beginning of this video that I will show you what you can do if you don't even have the time at all, or you don't even want to spend the time from get-go. You just want to build such a business and not spend time. Of course, if you won't spend time, then you know you have to spend money. And so, how do you do that? We have a done for you program called Passive Income Digital Assets. All you do is you pay. Once you pay, we build out the entire system for you. We build out the entire digital asset for you. If you're interested in that, click the link in the pinned comment and description below titled DFY Passive Income Digital Assets, PIDA. Click the link under it. It will take you to a page where you provide your email, phone number, and your name. Now, when you do that and submit, you will get an email message within 5 minutes. Check that email message and follow the instructions in it. Make sure you follow it. And then when you follow that instruction, you will get another email. You'll be checking your email every 5 to 10 minutes after taking the action in the emails you get. Keep doing that until you get an email that has my phone number. Now that will mean you have completed the first stage of the process. Because the second stage of the process is that we will now talk. I will call you and we will talk. So click that link titled DFY Passive Income Digital Assets, PIDA. But what if you want to learn to do it yourself? You want me to mentor you, take you by the hand from where you are to where you want to get to. That's awesome. We also have a program. It is $10K in 24. It's our mentorship program where we will take you from where you are to $10,000 per month within 24 months. Click the link in the pinned comment and description below titled $10K in 24. It will take you through a similar process to those who want it done for you. When you provide your phone number, email, and name and submit, you'll get an email. Follow the instructions in that email and keep following the instructions. Keep checking your email every 5 to 10 minutes from when you initiate that action until you get an email, a final email that will come with my phone number. Then you know you have completed the first stage of the process. The next stage will be that I will call you at a given time and then we will talk. That's it. The ball is squarely in your court. Thanks for watching this video. God bless you and have a great life.